What's going on, my brothers and sisters? Hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. As y'all can see, I'm back with another car video. I think this is just how it's gonna be from now on, to be honest with y'all. I feel like when I'm driving, it's therapeutic. I feel like I'm thinking clearly, and I feel like I get my message out better and more effectively. All right, today I just wanted to talk about universal codes that you can live by and incorporate in your daily life that will lead to more fulfillment in what you're doing, whether it be just on some normal day-to-day life, or even in a workplace, right? Workplace, or I don't know, whatever y'all got going on nowadays. I know everybody's situation is different, but I know for sure that this could apply to everybody, all right? And there are a few things that, as a person, right, understand how, first things first, as a person, understand how the world works, right? Everything that you do is an energy transaction, okay? And what that means is there are forces in the world that we obviously can't see, right? But a lot of us feel energy, right? We're able to feel an energy shift. We're able to, focus and lock in on something. That's you actually pouring energy into whatever you're doing, right? Whether it be, working out, whatever the case may be, right? Now, being that the world is one big energy transaction, it's super important that you protect your energy, right? Don't be giving your energy away for free, right? Especially for people and things and situations and bad habits and stuff like that. Don't throw away your energy, okay? You as an individual, you watching right now, you have an energy about you that no one else has, okay? You are unique, all right? God created you with such a uniqueness that you cannot be replicated, all right? Your DNA, what you're made up of, it's unique, all right? If you look at your fingerprint, right, you're the only person in the world with your fingerprint, okay? So if you tend to doubt yourself, or you tend to think about what you don't have versus what you do have, remember that you are here for a reason, okay? You were put on this earth to accomplish things, right? You have a purpose, you have a mission, all right? It's up to you to put the work in and actually work towards that purpose, right? Work towards that goal. Ask yourself, what is my impact on the world, okay? What skills or what things am I really good at that I can bring to the world and, get people closer, or, inspire people, right? That should be, if you're looking for purpose, that should be where you start, right? Ask yourself questions. Identify what your strong suits are. Identify areas that you may need to improve, right? You might be a person that, you just have a short temper, right? Or you tend to be, overly emotional. You tend to lose control over yourself at times, right? That is an area that you could improve. That is an area that you still have growth. You have growth opportunity in that space, right? So instead of you viewing it as I'm always, negative, or, this person made me so mad today, or, dang, I'm not where I want to be, right? Don't look at it from that perspective. Look at it from the perspective of, all right, you know what? I have these thoughts of anger, or I have these thoughts of, frustration, right? This is simply just a thought, right? Separate the thought from your identity, right? Because at that point, you now have a choice to decide if, you know, you're gonna be this angry person that, you know, you're thinking about through that emotion, right? That's one layer of the energy transaction in the world, is pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your emotions, pay attention to what you let infiltrate and manifest in your head, okay? Another thing is respect, okay? A lot of people nowadays lack respect, and I know especially with younger people, right? And I say younger people, but really it's my generation. A lot of us, because I speak for the generation, a lot of us don't have a lot of respect for our elders, respect for where we came from, and just lack the overall respect in every element, you know? Respect goes a long way, all right? And it actually says a lot about your character, all right? You should always treat somebody the way that you would want to be treated, okay? If, you know, you are, sorry about that. If y'all are, when you are in a situation, right? If you're meeting a new stranger, right? Or you're out at a public place and you're meeting new people, treat these people how you would want somebody to treat your parents, okay? Or treat these new people that you're meeting as, you know, you would treat your girlfriend, or maybe your brother, your sister, right? Somebody from your family, okay? Respect goes a long way, and it's reciprocated, okay? That's a big one that's not talked about enough, all right? Now, the last thing I'm gonna touch on here, because I want to keep these short and simple. I don't want to ramble too much. But set standards for yourself, okay? Set a internal standard for yourself, all right? There are things that if you want to accomplish, right? If you want to accomplish certain goals or maintain, you know, certain positive habits, you need to set an internal standard for yourself that you would never go back on, or you would never compromise on, all right? Have those internal standards. That way, you know, you have a code you live by, okay? I don't know if you guys can tell, but my channel name, The Alexander Standard, that is my personal standard that I made up for myself, okay? And that standard is built on being disciplined, right? Being consistent, showing up for yourself, stacking the daily wins, the small wins, right? Because as we know by now, those small wins compound and they turn into bigger and you know, better wins, right? So whether, you know, whatever you create for yourself, whatever standard you set for yourself, live by it, okay? Embrace it, carry it, be an example of your standard, all right? When you meet people and when you're out in public and, you know, you're uncomfortable, you're in a place that you're not familiar with, carry that energy, all right? Carry that energy and translate it out, okay? Express yourself out to the world, because once you open your mouth and you start talking, you're expressing to the world who you are, all right? Whether it be to people or you're in a public speaking, you're at some type of event or whatever the case may be, once you open your mouth, you're telling the world who you are, okay? So make the most of your opportunities and continue to be great. My brothers and sisters, I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves. Again, it's a crazy world we live in. You never know what might happen. Live every day to the fullest. Make the most out of what you got, okay? I love you guys so much. I'm getting more comfortable with these videos, if you guys can't tell. And I'm just excited for the journey, all right? It's not necessarily, for me, about the destination. It's more about the process, all right? So enjoy the process. Whoever's here with me, Continue to be great. All right, I love y'all, and until next time, peace.